Good morning. This is the Reverend Juliet Spencer. She's pastor of Trinity United Methodist Church in Reston, Louisiana. Juliet, we're so glad you're here. Say a little bit about what made you decide to accept the invitation to come, and then what are some of the things you've learned just in this half day we've already been together?
Well, as soon as I knew it was an invitation from TMF, that got my attention right away, because my experience is TMF doesn't do anything that isn't well done. And then when I saw Gil Rendell was a part of this and you were a part of this, then honestly, if you want to know the truth, it didn't really matter to me much after that. I knew it was going to be a quality program. So I made preparations to come and to invite the staff and lay leaders to come with me. What have I gleaned is a renewed sense of purpose. I've only been at Trinity since July, and we are a microcosm of the greater denomination. It's already evident that we house a whole spectrum of theological belief about some really significant issues. And Leslie Stevens and I are called to pastor the entire congregation. And all along that theological continuum, regardless of where we ourselves might fall. So what I've gleaned from here is a renewed sense of focus and purpose on how can I keep us from becoming distracted by the things that divide us, and to reinvigorate myself, to be reinvigorated myself, and then also to reinvigorate the congregation in focusing on something other than these divisive issues. And so it was particularly helpful. Reading what Gil wrote about courage was informative to me, kind of restating what we already knew, but it's always good to hear it in a different way. And then I was particularly moved by what John McKellar and Todd had to say, their own struggles with times of struggle as a congregation. And how did they remain focused when it seemed like everything was falling down around them? What I gleaned from that really was his statement about we don't worry about if something is funded. If God calls us to do it, then God will provide a way, and this lets us know God's directing us. And so I have been pondering all night since I heard him say that. What is it God is asking of Trinity that God will make plain if we just trust? And how can I, as pastor, help us to articulate that in a way that is exciting, energizing, helps us focus, and then the differences, I think, will take care of themselves.
Well, thank you. Now, you mentioned you brought your staff.
Yes.
What difference has that made, or what conversations are you having as a staff now because you're here?
Well, we haven't had too much of an opportunity yet to fully glean from our time together here, but all three of us, we also have Becky Clark, who is the director of our spiritual formation and adult education. And so all three of us, I think, have direct impact in the direction of the church in a significant way. So our conversations will be about exactly what I said. What is our purpose? What is God calling us to do in the community of Lincoln Parish? How is God asking us to step forward? And then that will have impact on not only what we preach and on the congregation, life of the congregation, but for Becky, it will also mean, how do we unfold adult education? What kind of opportunities do we need to provide for spiritual direction in light of an extremely stressful time?
Thank you so much. That is very helpful to us, and we appreciate your coming and speaking with us this morning.
Well, thank you.